All right, let's go ahead and start out with the 3-line relaxation. So we're going to open up. Feet are going to be hip width, shoulder width apart. Just to remind everyone, if you start to feel lightheaded or a little faint, go ahead and open the eyes or sit. You can even do this exercise as seated if you prefer. We're not trying to push through the fainting. We're trying to relax into the space. So relaxing into the space, good. Fainting, bad. All right, the feet are hip width, shoulder width apart. The feet are parallel. We're allowing the mind's eye to help relax the bottoms of the feet, allowing them to melt into the earth. Softening the knees, relaxing the low back so that the tailbone can drop, creating some space in the lumbar spine. Relaxing the shoulders, allowing them to be in the same line as the hips, so not too far forward, not too far back. Softening the musculature of the jaw, tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. Very top of the head is reaching subtly up into the sky, allowing for a bit of space in the cervical spine. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then closing the eyes. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. We're imagining that we're standing underneath a waterfall of energy. This waterfall is pouring from the sky, from the heavens, bringing with it clear, pure energy. This energy is flowing down from the sky, reaching the very top of our heads, flowing forward to the anterior hairline through the scalp, then flowing down over the forehead to the brow, entering into the eyes, circulating throughout the eyes before then flowing out over the cheeks, down the bridge of the nose, down to the upper lips, entering into the gums, entering into the mouth, circulating throughout the mouth, before then entering the lower teeth, and then exiting from the lower teeth into the lower lips, down into the chin, gathering at the chin before then flowing underneath the jaw, down into the throat, flowing down from the throat to the clavicle, gathering at the clavicle before then pouring down into the upper musculature of the chest, coming down into the solar plexus, entering into the upper abdomen, the lower abdomen, circulating throughout the organ systems, before then coming down to the area where the torso meets the fronts of the thighs, the hip flexors. From here, traveling down the fronts of the thighs, the quadriceps, entering into the knees and the knee joints, circulating throughout the knee joint, before then flowing out through to the musculature and structure of the lower leg, down through the shins, coming to the very tops of the feet, flowing down through the tops of the feet to the webs of the toes, into the toes, before then releasing back into the earth. Taking a moment to allow this waterfall of energy to soften and relax any stagnations, any areas that feel stuck. Allowing this waterfall of energy to take with it anything you don't need or want. Leaving behind clear, pure energy that your body might use to help nourish and strengthen. Bringing our awareness once again to the very top of the head. This time we're allowing this waterfall of energy to pour down to the crown of the head, flowing backwards posteriorly through the scalp, down to the back of the skull, meeting with the cervical spine, flowing down through the musculature of the neck, greeting the tops of the shoulders before then flowing down through the musculature and structures of the upper back, the scapula, the thoracic spine. Continuing down through the musculature, through to the lumbar spine, the lower back, flowing down to the sacral area and the glutes. Meeting at the junction where the glutes connect with the hamstrings, the backs of the upper legs. Coming down through the hamstrings, entering into the popliteal fossa, that tender skin beneath or behind the knees, entering into the joints of the knees. Before then exiting out to the calves, flowing down through the musculature of the calves, connecting with the Achilles tendons. Circulating throughout the heels of the feet. Before then flowing up underneath the arches of the feet, the pads of the feet, the balls of the feet, into the webs of the toes, entering the toes and then exiting out, reaching deep into the earth. Allowing the waterfall of energy to take with it anything you don't need or want. Softening, relaxing any stagnations. Leaving pure, clean energy behind to nourish the channels, the musculature, the organs. Bringing the mind's eye back to the very top of the head, the crown of the head. This waterfall pooling, pouring from the sky, down the sides of the head, into the temples, Entering into the ears, circulating throughout the ears. Flowing down into the jaw, the musculature and structure of the jaw. Softening, relaxing, flowing down underneath the jaw, the very sides of the neck. Flowing down through the tissues and the tendons of the neck to the very tops of the shoulders. Into the shoulder joints, that ball and socket joint. Gathering here before then exiting and flowing down the outer aspect of the arms, the upper arms, that tricep area. Into the elbows. Flowing from the elbows to the lateral aspect of the lower arms, forearms. Softening, relaxing the tissue here. Before then entering the bones of the wrists. Skipping and flowing throughout the bones of the wrists before then exiting the backs of the hands, the bones of the hands. Entering into the fingers before then releasing out the fingertips back into the earth. And breathing. Letting the arms float just a little bit away from the torso to allow greater qi and blood circulation. Gathering the qi, gathering the energy from that waterfall underneath the arms and the armpit area. Entering into the shoulders, that shoulder joint. Before then flowing down the musculature of the upper arms, that bicep area. Into the elbows. Down the inner forearms. Softening, relaxing. Entering into the wrists. Circulating throughout all the bones of the wrists. Or then flowing into the musculature of the palms. Gathering within the palms of the hands. Or then flowing out through the fingers, through the fingertips, releasing back into the earth. Breathing. Allowing the breath to enter and exit freely. Working with this waterfall of energy. Once more, gathering this energy underneath the arms and the armpit area. This time allowing it to flow down the sides of the torso. Down over the ribs, through the intercostal spaces. Entering into the waist. Flowing down into the hips, the musculature and structure of the hips, circulating here. Gathering. Before then flowing down the outer and inner aspect of the upper thighs. Coming down through the musculature and the tendons here. Down into the knees. Flowing down the inner and outer aspect of the calves, the lower legs. entering into the ankle joints, circulating throughout the ankles. Or then flowing down the inner and outer aspects of the feet, wrapping around to the very bottoms of the feet, exiting back into the earth. Taking a few moments to appreciate this waterfall flowing down through the anterior, posterior aspects of the body, the lateral aspects of the body, the medial aspects of the body, flowing from the sky, from the heavens, softening, relaxing any areas that feel stuck, taking with it anything you don't need or want, leaving behind clear, pure energy, the channels, the tissues, the organs to freely use. Allowing this connection to strengthen our connection with the earth. Relaxing into the space and relaxing into the breath. And when you're ready, allow the arms to come back down to the sides. Gently opening the eyes and closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. Okay, we do not have too much time left for rejuvenation, but we're going to give it a go. So this is more of a review. If these exercises are new for you, please don't feel like you have to learn them all today. That's what the weekends are for. The more you go over them, the more familiar they become to you, and the more cozy they are to becoming your exercises. If you also need to take a little break before we move on, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, rejuvenation. First exercise is the wave. We're inhaling and exhaling. In and out. About 2 more times. And closing. Our shaking exercise. We have natural breathing for this exercise. And gradually slowing back down. Closing. Infinity. Inhaling and exhaling. Being ready to close. Closing. Scoops and moon. Natural breathing for this exercise as well. Getting ready to close. Closing. And we have swimming in chi, 3 parts. Making sure that you've got some space around you. We're doing about 3 of each of the parts. Inhaling and exhaling. In, out. Part 2, transitioning, inhaling, exhaling, in and out. Transitioning to part 3, repositioning yourself if you need to so you don't run into anything. You can do the modified version or classic. Inhaling and exhaling. Turning to the other side. Once again, maybe repositioning. You don't want to run into things. Inhaling, exhaling. And getting ready to close. Close. Swimming dragon. We're also going to do about 3 of each part for the 3-parter, 3 for 3. Inhaling and exhaling. Getting ready to transition to part 2. Inhaling, exhaling, in, out, inhaling, exhaling, in, and out. Part 3, inhaling and exhaling. And closing. Now we're only going to do the first half of Circles of Harmony, which may feel a little weird for those of you who know the rest, but we're going to give it a go. Or you can also do it, the whole thing, at your own pace on your own. The breathing for this one is natural breathing. This is where we stopped in the Saturday class, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the other side. There we go. Getting ready to close. Closing. Okay, keeping the feet together, bringing the palms together. Allowing some of that chi to come to the palms. Placing the palms at the lower dantian. Closing the eyes. Inhaling, guiding and gathering all that chi that we've been cultivating into the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up. Exhaling. Allowing that energy to settle and store within the lower dantian so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling. Allowing the mind's eye, the mind intent, to help guide and gather the chi into the lower dantian, filling it up. Exhaling, allowing that chi to settle and store so it is there for you for the rest of your day. Thank you, most amazing and wonderful people. I apologize once again that things were a little technically discombobulated this morning. If you have time, I know we're running a little late, if you have time to stick around for seasonal practice, please, please do so. We've got our equinox series today, the fall exercise number 4, series number 4, the equinox or hear no evil. Sitting in a relaxed manner, cross-legged, whichever works best for you. You don't want to be in pain. So cross-legged, half lotus, full lotus. I like a little bit of elevation. It helps with my knees and hips. Our hands are going into baby fists. The tip of the tongue is still touching the roof of the mouth. We're elongating the spine, bringing some space to the torso, space to the spine, those intervertebral areas. Closing the eyes, inhaling and exhaling at your own pace in preparation for the seasonal exercises, allowing the mind to relax into the breath, allowing the breath to relax the body, and allowing the chi to flow freely. All right, when we're ready, opening the eyes. Bringing the palms to the ears, creating a nice tight seal. Inhaling as we turn to the left. Staying here as we exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. And out. Coming back to the center. Taking a moment to regroup. Gathering again. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. Out. Inhaling. Exhaling back to the center. Now you get to go at your own pace, using your own breath pattern, meaning allowing the breaths to be longer or shorter as what works best for you. We're going to do 2 more times on each side. If you like, coming back to the center to regroup in between, or you can go straight from one exercise or from one side to the next. Your choice. Afterwards, I'll take a little time sipping my lemon water so that everyone has a chance to get back on the same page. Beginning. Okay. So while everyone's finishing up, going over reviewing the closing exercises, they're the same. For all the seasonal exercises, we're placing our hands, palms facing up, one on top of the other. Men traditionally place their left hand on top, women traditionally place their right hand on top. We have the thumbs connected. Then we're going to be doing the teeth pressing. So we're pressing the teeth together, not grinding the teeth together, but pressing. 36 times traditionally for men, 24 times traditionally for women. Then everyone is going to take their tongues and swirl them in front of their teeth behind their lips, 9 times clockwise and 9 times counterclockwise. After this, we're going to take all that precious, wonderful, lovely saliva that we've generated in the mouth. We're going to swish it around in between the teeth. Everyone does this 36 times. Then we're swallowing that saliva in thirds, allowing it to come and rest in the lower dantian before continuing on with the next third and then the final third. All right, here we go. When you're ready, closing the eyes. Inhaling, guiding, and gathering all that wonderful chi we've been cultivating into the lower dantian. Exhaling, allowing that chi to settle and store so it is there for you for the rest of the day. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Allowing the mind to relax into the breath. Allowing the breath to relax the body. And allowing the chi to gather, settle, and store. So it is there for you for the rest of your day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Qigong family.